You come up with an idea, you write an outline, from that outline you write a script, and from that script you make a short list. And from that short list you film. That's the normal movie-making process. And then after you have all your footage, you edit. What if I told you there's a way to go from ideation to editing without filming? And I'm not talking about animation. So you're wondering, how is it even possible to have a short film without film? I've made 12 short films on my channel and I haven't scripted a single one of them. The highest I've done is wrote a few paragraphs for a voiceover in 2 of those short films. And out of those 12 short films, I've only filmed 5. The remaining are from clips I randomly film anytime I get the opportunity. Like when something is happening or I just see something that looks good with my eyes and could look good on camera, I immediately film it. And I've done this tons of times. Most times that I do this, I add 1 or 2 shots to make it make more sense. But recently, I took on the challenge to make a complete short film without adding a single shot. All these shots that you're seeing are things I previously filmed in hopes that I will add it to a short film eventually. The thing with making a short film like this is you don't have a script or an outline. You just have this single idea in your mind and you make a short film out of it. Like most of my short films are born from this one single idea, like me wanting to film in a cloudy weather, wanting to try out a new camera technique, experimenting with color among other things, and sometimes just wanting to exert creative juices. My short films are just 10% filmed, the rest are these kind of footage. I'm not telling you to not write a script for your short films. As a matter of fact, it won't get you anywhere in professional filmmaking. And there's a reason professional films use scripts. It's because it creates a more easy workflow and it serves as a blueprint for everything that is going to be filmed, and without a script you can't even get a movie made. This isn't a guide to necessarily tell you to not script or film your videos. It's just an insight into my creative process. But sometimes using a script and storyboard, even with how helpful they can be, especially with storyboarding where you will need to keep track of how many shots you filmed and how many shots you're going to film. And even with all that, sometimes they restrict your creativity. They don't allow for flexibility, which means you can't go out of what you've already set out to be doing. But when you don't script anything, you can create on the spot, you can think on the spot. But take note, this works best in films where the visuals tell the story rather than the dialogue, because when you're talking about a script, the highest I do is write a... The highest I do is wrote. The highest I've done is wrote. The highest I've done, and out of those 12 short films, I've only scripted. And out of those 12, they film it. Yeah, this video is also not scripted. Sometimes it could help improve your creativity when you try to make short films without actually scripting or having to go look at something in order to film. Now, I would say to restrict the times that you pull out your phone and just film something, especially when it's involved with people, because you don't want to get in anybody's space. And you have to learn to know when to film something and when to not. Mostly I just film landscapes and things that I could use in a short film. With a bit of editing, it actually makes sense. Like, film tons of things like this, and some of them eventually end up as part of a short film, and others I still haven't found out where to put them yet. Like these ended up in the Shadow, the Boy and the Moon short film. And this ended up in the Dream short film. I just filmed these shots on the spot of weathers or me walking or some other thing, and I just put them all together and try to put a narrative behind it with editing, and it actually makes sense most of the time. And it's crazy to see that I skipped 2 of the most important parts of making a short film: scripting, pre-production, and production.